Hi Richard, lovely to meet you. Welcome to India. Are you enjoying your stay here?
I'm loving it. I've only been here for about 36 hours, I think, so I've not got to see much of it, but I'm hoping tonight I'll actually get out in the city and be able to experience a little bit of it.
Anything on your bucket list?
I really wanted to see the gateway to India. I really wanted to witness that live because I've only seen it in pictures. But I don't know if I'm going to have time to, sadly, this trip, but I'll be back.
Of course, and we look forward to that. So, you know, you've been everyone's favorite knight in shining armor, played a superhero, a music manager, favorite Romeo, and now a suave secret agent. Which one of them is your favorite character?
Oh, gosh. Which is my favorite? It's kind of twisted to say Mason Kane, but there's a darkness to him that I don't often get to play, that for me is something that is quite new. And because it's balanced with the character of Kyle, who is his kind of this other version of himself, who's, you know, in many ways the nicer guy, I am loving playing Mason Kane. He's a very complicated human being and got a darkness to him that I'm not usually asked to tap into.
Yeah, and it's interesting because, you know, they say when you unleash your dark side, there's a lot of things that become clear. But there's a lot happening with him too. His memories have been wiped out. He's the best they have in the business. What actually drew you to him? And the action. There's so much of action. Do you prefer the CGI action or the old school, you know, that visceral feel?
I prefer this version of what we've tried to do with the action sequences. I'm used to being on these CGI screens and doing these, you know, very choreographed action sequences like in Eternals, where you're being dragged around and thrown up on wires. In Citadel, what we had to do is become very prepared in these sequences and then try and layer them with drama and use them as an opportunity at storytelling and not just showing how good you are at fighting. But for example, in episode 1, the sequence between Priyanka and I was an opportunity for us to show the audience how long they've been together, how they feel about each other, what their history is, and how they rely on each other. And I think that's what kind of elevates this action sequence above other jobs that I've done, is that we are telling a narrative. We're using every second on screen to let you know the characters better rather than just great explosions and action. We've got lots of that, but there's heart intertwined through every piece.
And actually after this, everybody's again going to root for you as 007. So, up for the job?
I am really enjoying playing Mason Kane at the moment. I think there's a duality to him that is a really fun thing to be exploring, and I think he's going to take up my time for the next little minute. And also, you know, wanted to ask you, since he's lost his memories, which is your favorite memory, or a memory that you don't want to re-experience, if there is one? We've been asked this before, which is, you know, what memory would you get rid of? And I kind of feel like every memory, every experience you have is something that informs you. It brings you to exactly the point we're at right now. So I don't want to lose anything. A memory that I'd love to keep, I suppose, is I had Christmas Day on the beach with my mother last year, and my father, and that was a pretty good memory to hold on to.
Awesome. And what was it like working with Priyanka Chopra?
Priyanka is so beautifully creative and passionate and intelligent. It's something really inspiring to be able to work with someone who's going to push me and encourage me to bring the best out of the script and for us to challenge each other. I think very much like the characters, Priyanka and I spar together and ask a lot of each other, and I think that does something brilliant in elevating the storytelling, because the two of us are always trying to bring the best out of the story and get the most from every second on screen.
Yeah, and has your process actually not changed from the time that you started, because you have done a variety of roles? Is it the script, is it the director, or is it your part that draws you in? And, you know, has the process and your method also changed?
No. I don't think I have a process or a method. I think it changes on every job, depending on what the character is, depending on what the writing is like. You know, there's jobs where you need to you need to work really hard at saying something different to what the lines on the page are doing. And there's other jobs where you need to prepare as much as you can and then throw it all out of the window, so when you're there, you're as present as you can be. So I kind of take each job as it comes. The beauty of this job is having the Russos there steering this ship. It means that I can put a lot of my focus and energy into the characters, knowing that they have the bigger picture in their hands.
Wow. And yesterday Priyanka said that you did shave off your hair while, after the show. Why would you do that? Was that so stressful?
No, because it's dyed. They dye it really dark in the show, and I wanted my own hair colour back, which is kind of a little bit grey and brown.
Well, if you were to meet Mason Kane in person, what is that one thing you would say to him, or maybe ask him? I
wouldn't say anything to that man. I would walk in the other direction.
Well, but when you're playing a character like that, are you someone who takes, gets into the character's mindset and takes his work home, or you can switch off and,
You take your work home in the sense that I'm living this character's life every day, so, when I get home, I'm preparing for my next day's work. I think what's beautiful about this job for me is I got to play two characters, so as intensely as I delve into the world of Mason Kane for the day, maybe the next day I'd be playing Kyle Conroy and I'd get to play a different side to this man. So in lots of ways you got relief because I'm playing two different characters rather than staying just in one permanently.
Absolutely. Lovely chatting with you. And looking forward to Citadel Season 2, Season 3, Season 4, and Mason Kane is here to stay. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.